This is K2 News at 5 on your side.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for K2 News at 5. I'm Megan Allison. We're working to learn more about a man injured in a police shooting in Longview. It happened just before midnight on Mulberry Avenue near Windermere Park. Police say the man had a gun and officers believe he was possibly suicidal and homicidal while his wife and kids were inside that address. Police tell us a responding Kelso officer shot him and that man is in the hospital. We're working to find out his condition. Officers say no one else was injured. The Clark County Major Crimes Team will continue to investigate. Stick with K2 News as we continue to track the man's condition and what led to the shooting. When we're not on the air, you can stay up to date on our website, KATU.com, and on our social media pages. Something to watch out for during your drive today. There's a red-colored dye on multiple freeways. Multnomah County deputies say a semi-truck was leaking a liquid used to dye mulch for miles on I-205 and I-84. Deputies say the driver, Junior Jean, knew his truck was leaking but was told to continue driving. He faces several citations. The driver told deputies not to worry about the dye staining your car. He claims it washes off with water. But deputies want everyone to check your car if you were driving on I-84 eastbound or on Northeast Marine Drive last night. If it is stained, you can email webmasters@mcso.us. Make sure to send your name, phone number, and a photo of the damage. This is what the streets of Buenos Aires sounded like this morning after Team Argentina's World Cup win. Argentina beat France 4-2 on penalties after a 3-3 draw. It puts Europe's run of 4 straight World Cup wins to an end. The last time Argentina won the World Cup title was back in 1986. Today's final matched up 2 of the world's best soccer players that caps off the first World Cup held in the Middle East. Today marks the 3rd day Starbucks employees have walked off the job. Workers at more than 100 locations across the country are on strike. That includes 10 stores in Oregon. Workers have walked out in their effort to unionize. They're protesting poor management, understaffing, and, quote, unfair labor practices, including the closure of stores where employees voted to join a union. A 13-month legal battle between the Dalles and the Oregonian is over. The Oregonian wanted to know how much water a nearby Google data center was using. The Dalles sued on behalf of Google, arguing its water usage was a trade secret and competitors would know how the company cools its servers. Then the company agreed to release the records, causing the city to back off the lawsuit. Google says its data centers in the town consumed more than 274 million gallons of water in 2021. Forecasters are warning of treacherous travel conditions and life-threatening cold leading up to the holiday weekend. That comes as an earlier storm system in the northeastern U.S. buried some areas under more than 2 feet of snow. Meteorologists say the coming week has the potential for the coldest air of the season as a strong Arctic front hits 2/3 of the country in the days before Christmas. Mississippi and Louisiana may be in for record low temperatures. K2's Joe English joins us live now with a look at the weather. So, Joe, maybe not 2 feet of snow here, but it's looking cold.
It's cold, and we're not going to have to crank up the heat as much as the rest of the country is or worry about frozen pipes. Maybe central and eastern Oregon and Washington, but not on the west side of the mountains. We can show you that cold air mass coming